Hello and what is up everyone, I am Ollie from Channel 40k Jersey, and today I'm bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck video. And this is basically my deck list for a kind of Mermail deck. I've been working on it. It's really the only deck that I own that has XYZs in it. So there are only two XYZs, but I'll get onto those later. So I'm just going to go through what I've got in the monsters. So first I have of course, Era the Water Charmer, which is that one right there. And she's a really good card. You can get all the kind of adaptations of Era. She goes up, but there's a flip effect. Take control of one water monster on your opponent's side of the field, and as long as this card remains up on the field, which is pretty good if you are going up against someone with elements of heroes or something like that. Next, I have Terror King Salmon. Hold on. Next I have Terror King Salmon right there, which is a really good cheap summoning card. I think it's only one tribute and it's 2400 attack, which is pretty good, and 1000 defense. Then we have I think it's Bite Leon, which is this weird one-eyed fish thing, which is also a good summon. It's a 2400. It's the same as the same stats as the Terror King Salmon, but I'm thinking of taking it out because it's more expensive. Then I have Needle Sunfish, which is a really good card. When this card is sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and it loses 500 attack, which is a really good one. And I have about two of these in my deck. Next I have the Mermail Abyssmander, which is the big butch-looking guy who has 2000 defense and 100 attack. He's an effect monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard to activate one of these effects. Increase all the levels of Mermail monsters you currently control, which is good for the XYZ tributes. Well, XYZ material. And increase all level Mermail monsters you currently control by 2. So you can just basically boost up your XYZ material if you want to just get a higher XYZ monster. Then I have the Barrier Statue of the Torrent, which is that one. I have lots and lots of barrier statues, but I only use the relevant barrier statues to the element that they correspond to. And basically what it means is, when this is played and still on the field, no monsters can be special summoned except for water monsters, which really helps you out. Because if you're up against an Evil Swarm deck or a Constellar deck, which does a lot of special summoning, then it's great for you because neither of them are water, or aqua, sorry. Then I have one of the older versions of our Era the Water Charmer, which is Raging Era. And she's just basically a spellcaster effect. Once per turn, by tributing one monster on your side of the field, well, it's one water monster, special summon one water monster from your hand. The monster special summoned by this effect is destroyed if Raging Era is removed from your side of the field. So it kind of acts like a Call of the Haunted, but for an effect monster. Then next I have Abyss Warrior, which is a big whale-looking thing. It's a really cool card. 1800 attack, 1300 defense. Once per turn, you can discard one water monster to your graveyard, then one monster in either player's graveyard, then return that target to either the top or the bottom of their deck, which is cool. The next card is Deep Sweeper, which is just like a little trilobite thing. It's got a pretty good attack, pretty decent defense. You contribute this card to target one spell or trap card on the field and then destroy it. So it's awesome effect there. Then I have Revival Jam, which is pretty self-explanatory. Most people know the effect of Revival Jam. If not, when this card is sent to the graveyard by battle, you can pay 1000 life points to special summon it back up in defense position. And it kind of acts like a looping barrier. And if you have the trap card that goes with Revival Jam, I can't remember its name. I'm still trying to look for it. I think it's Jam Defender or something like that, or Revival Defender. But it basically means you can keep on looping Revival Jam and using it as a defender in front of your monster. So if you have 2 Revival Jams and 2 of those spell and traps, it's going to be a pretty cool chain effect there. Next I have the Mecha Sea Dragon Plesion. which is this one here. It's another aqua, but it's a pretty cool one. It's got 2,300 attack and 1,800 defense. and it's only 1 tribute, which is good. If you control a face-up sea serpent monster, you can normal summon this without tributing. Once per turn, you can tribute 1 water monster, target a face-up card your opponent controls, and destroy that target. So basically, you can normal if there is one on the field, you can if there's one of those on the field as well, you can normal summon it without tributing, which is a great effect. So you basically end up with 2 2300 attack points monsters on your field, which is always good. Oh, I got it. There we go. It's fine. Okay. Next I have Great White, which doesn't really have any effect. It's just a pretty cool card. You know, it's cheap and it's got a decent attack. You know, it's just a little blocker. It's an easy vanilla to have, so it's just it's good as a tribute and it's okay. Then there's Mother Grizzly, which means when it gets destroyed, it destroys the monster on that killed it. You have Jaws Man, which is quite expensive, but it's a 2600 attack and 1600 defense. It's a nice card. It cannot be special summoned if you and it can only be tribute summoned. All tributes must be water if it is tribute summoned. This card gains 300 attack for all face-up water monsters you can control, except for this card. So basically, it's just it's great in a water deck. It'd be crappy in every other deck because you wouldn't be able to summon it. Then I've got Red Archery Girl, which is always an Aqua favourite. It's just an awesome card to have, as well as a good tribute material, you know. Next I have Gishki Advance, which is that one there. It's a level 4, 1500 attack, 800 defense. Once per turn, you can choose 1 Gishki monster from your deck and place it onto the top of your deck. At the moment, I don't have many Gishki monsters. I'm waiting to get, because I have 2 Gishki ritual monsters, which I really need the ritual for, because the Gishki ones are pretty cool. They have a couple of cards that say any ritual from Gishki rituals can summon this, so I think that's pretty much all round for the ritual summons. Next I have Mermail Abyssland, which is, this card is a hollow secret rare, and I checked out, this card is worth $30 on the internet, so it's a really cool card. I still field it in my deck. I just love the card. It's a really good detail on the card, so I like it as well. It's 1500 attack, 1200 defense, and it's got a good effect as well. I'm going to try and speed things up. I have Mermail Abyss Hilda, I think that's what it is. I have Skull Kraken there. I also have a Nightmare Penguin, which is always great to have. I have then Maiden of the Aqua, which is that one. Frilla Rabka, and a Mermail Abyssturge. And that's really good cards there. I'm trying to build my Mermail forces as well. I really want to ideally get a really big deck out of them. Okay, moving on, I have my 2 XYZs here. I have Leviathan Dragon, which is awesome. It's only 2 level 3 monsters, and most of the Mermails that I have are level 3, which is good. I have also the Submersible Carrier Aero Shark, which is a cool one. 1900 attack, 1000 defense, and it's 2 level 3 monsters. So those are my 2 XYZs there. My Leviathan Dragon and then my Submersible. Okay, next I'm moving on to the spell cards. I'm just going to run through these. I mean, most of you should know the effects of these. I've got Heavy Storm, Reload, Pot of Greed, which is a banned card, I think, on Dueling Network. I have Premature Burial, Fissure, Dispel, Forbidden Lance, which is a new edition. I just only really got it in the new Battle Pack 2, with all the God cards on the front. I mean, I already have a God card, but it's one of the original ones. It's got, you know, the new ones that come in the Battle Pack 2, if you're lucky, are effect monsters, and they have the same colour as the effect monsters do, whereas my Egyptian God card is the actual original one, which has got the blue outline for my Obelisk the Tormentor. Then I have Ego Boost, which is a great one, just helps you in the damage step. I have Gravity Blaster, which is great for the Mecha Sea Dragon. I have a Monster Reborn, Banner of Courage, Shield Crush, Mystical Space Typhoon, Dan Keto the Cure Master, reload, remove trap, and then my field card spell is Umi, which is essential for the water deck. Next I have my traps, and this is pretty much just speeding it up now. I have Just Desserts, which is a great one for how many inflict 500 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points for each monster they control. Your opponent controls on the field. I have Wabaku, Satsuruku Armor, another Wabaku, a Trap Hole, Castle Walls, Spiritual Waterer Aoi, which means you contribute one water monster on your side of the field, look at your opponent's hand, select one card and send that to the graveyard, which is always an awesome one. I have Bottomless Trap Hole, and Dust Tornado, and finally Magic Jammer. So that is really my Umi deck, I like to call it my Mako Tsunami deck, because he's one of my favourite characters for water out of the whole of the series, well, the original manga series. But that is pretty much it for my deck there, and I'm running a little bit over time, but it should be good. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.